What is up, YouTube? Happy Monday to you. Mr. Ferguson back once again from Central North Carolina. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another lawn care video here this Monday. I appreciate it so much. Hope you'll like this video if you do enjoy it. I want to hear you guys comment. There's a lot to talk about in this video. Different opinions, different things maybe you guys have tried that I have not. I want to hear you in the comments, so make sure that you sound off down there. I love hearing new people as well. I love the oldies, don't get me wrong. I love all the vets, the comment veterans down there, all of our members, of course. But I enjoy hearing new people as well. It warms my heart to say, hey man, I don't never say anything, but appreciate this, that, you know, or, you know, whatever their comment is. And so anyways, just thank you guys for watching. Today we've got a little bit of a long one, so I hope that you'll stay with me. I'm going to try to jam a whole lot of information in at one time. I do remember and recall that I told you guys I was going to show you the seed down there. We're going to skip that. We'll come back to that hopefully this week. I want to focus today on a certain application of a wetting agent. So we're going to talk about those. We're going to talk about Hydretain and Hydrate here in just a moment. As you guys know, here on my channel, we've used in the past a product called Hydretain. And of course, I first saw this from the Lawn Care Nut, as many people watch his channel. He's a big time YouTuber, and Hydretain is something that I saw on his channel. This is almost completely empty, but what is Hydretain? In my own words, and not to get scientific, Hydretain Root Zone Moisture Manager. It's for lawns, trees, shrubs, flowers, vegetables. What Mr. Lawn Care Nut would do is buy 2 plants. He would have 2 plants side by side. He would apply Hydretain into one. He would do just water into another one, and he would show you a little snippet, day 2, pictures of day 2, day 3, day 4, and all he would do is he would water them for like 3 days, and then he would stop watering them, and after about 10 days he would show you the results. The plant that had Hydretain seemed to retain moisture. On the back it says for best results, water thoroughly when rewatering Hydretain. I want to actually get to Hydretain contains an excellent soil surfactant designed specifically to allow Hydretain to penetrate through thatch layers and hydrophobic soils down to and throughout the root zone where Hydretain is designed to function. So I don't know all the science. I don't want to sit here and pretend to be somebody I'm not and pretend to know things that I don't. What I can tell you is that when you apply Hydretain, and when I saw the Lawn Care Nut apply Hydretain to one plant and not to another, the one plant that had this product applied to it lasted much longer. It looked better. It's, in my words, it stayed hydrated longer than the other plant. The other plant began to shrivel. It began to fall down. Like it was clear signs of dehydration and thirst, where the plant with Hydretain for a longer period of time was able to hold on with the water that it had, retain it longer. That's the best way I can explain it. This has been the most popular in the market, and I have used it, and I've had mixed feelings about it. Here in North Carolina, as I've told you guys in the last video, we're already seeing like a rain. We did have 0.13 inches of rain last night. Not a lot at all, right? Not for what we need. We're hoping to have more storms tonight, and that's why we're going to do what we're going to talk about today, which is apply a new product, which I'm going to show you in a second. But Hydretain, applying it, my experience for those that are new and those that care, is that I've had mixed feelings. Like, you're buying a product, you're applying it. The thing about Hydretain that was unique to me and pretty annoying was everybody would use the hose-in sprayer. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. I would take the hose-in sprayer and I would put some Hydretain in it, and I would apply it, because the directions on Hydretain is you need to wet the grass, then you need to apply the product, then you need to come back and you need to water in a certain amount of water to get it into the soil, and now you're properly applied. And when you do the first application, you need to do like 10 ounces per 1,000 or something for the base coat, and then after that, every month after that you're going to apply Hydretain, you do like 3 ounces per 1,000. And I was like, man, I don't know about that. It seems like it's a whole lot of product. It's almost like they're making you buy it twice, depending on the size of your lawn, right? For mine, it was like you're using a whole bottle for your first app. And then I really was not into doing it over and over every month at 3 ounces. So that was the annoying part. So doing it with the backpack sprayer wasn't my way. It was, everybody used hose in, because if you do it hose in, you're wetting the ground and applying it, and then you come back with the hose in to water it in. I think in some instances I saw that it helped, but not in a major way. I still saw dry spots break out with Hydretain applied. And I've got clips where I'm doing the hose in, I know on my phone, that I'll show you if I'm not already, of me doing it right here in the side lawn. And I think it does help, but at what cost? And so I've not been huge on like, I've got to put my Hydretain down. It's like, if I've got it, okay, let's use it. Like, we're getting in super drought mode here. I'm having to water anything that will help, let's do it. And if you're in North Carolina, if you're in these hot areas like I am, where you have a lot of lack of rain and high temps, it's something to consider if you don't want to be watering all the time. You want that water to stretch and last as long as possible. So with that being said, I'm going to walk over here and show you that N-EXT has now basically come out with a competitive product for Hydretain. And if you haven't heard, it's called Hydrate. Hydrate. So that's what we're talking about by N-EXT. And so it's called Liquicure wetting agent. It's basically, in my mind, the exact same thing. I don't know what the difference would be. Retain moisture is this is the marketing on the front of the bottle, just so you know. Retain moisture, increase rooting, and drought buster. I mean, this thing screams North Carolina product, right? So and it comes from Greene County, and it's made in the USA, and that's what it looks like right here on the cover. This might be our thumbnail right here. So directions for use. I was going to put up all this stuff. I'm just going to read off the back of this and just leave it at that. Liquicure, Hydrate Liquicure directions. So the directions for this one say applications with less than the recommended dilution should be watered in for 10 minutes. Apply at a rate of 3 ounces per 1,000 square feet, up to 3 ounces per 1,000 square feet, with a minimum of 1 gallon of water per 1,000 feet every 4 to 6 weeks. Apply every 30 days during summer months or whenever drought conditions persist. And that is for turf. I'm not going to go into ornamental and planting. General information. Hydrate Liquicure improves the infiltration and penetration of applied irrigation water in agricultural crops, ornamental plants, and managed turf. It is formulated to minimize repellency of hydrophobic soils, enhance adhesive tension, and relieve cohesive tension in water. Applications can be made in via ride-on spreader sprayers, hose-in and pump sprayers, and most irrigation systems. And then you get into storage and all the other stuff. But that's what it looks like. We're going to bust this open today and apply it, all right? And we're going to do it with the backpack sprayer, because when I read that, I don't see anything that says you need to wet the ground, then apply the product, then come back. But it does say we need to water it in. So today we're supposed to have some storms in the evening. I looked on multiple different sources on X, and a front was showing with a graphic showing right over North Carolina. We're in a level 1 risk for thunderstorms, which typically means, it doesn't mean we're going to have guaranteed rain, but other sources say this evening it should rain. I'm going to come back, and later on we're going to apply this, and over the next several weeks we're going to show you the results, and we kind of do a review in time. You guys know my hot spots. We've showed you in the past 2 videos, so you can go back and look. But basically right behind the camera where you guys are, you know that this is one of my main hot spots, probably the clip that I just showed you, right in front of these trees. And you can see this Japanese maple right here. Maybe it's hard to tell on the GoPro, but the leaves are withered. It looks like it could use a little shot of Hydretain. So we might even spray the base of this a little bit. It is fine for trees, shrubs, plants. So I don't know how well that shows up, but this is one of the main hot spots areas. We've got a little shade in the back here, but right here in the middle, basically straight forward where this, third shadow of the tree is, this area really likes to, when it gets droughty and it gets hot and it gets really firm, this likes to break out. And we've already seen it before May even came. So with that little bit of rain last night, it's probably going to hold over my lawn today without showing signs of drought with a little bit of rain. And I'm hoping that tonight, with a little bit of more rain, I'm hoping we get a good dump. All the big thunderstorms last night was just south of us. It hit the golf course where we had our church golf tournament. It hit my dad's house. It rained, and all the really big storms was in Wake County and south. So it just missed me here. So I didn't get any of it besides 0.13. We had some drizzle. We did hear some loud thunder, but it was close, but we didn't get any of the rain. So with that said, that's my thoughts on Hydrate so far. I have no opinion of this product. I've never used it. I'm giving it a fair shake. I don't really know how to test it besides the way that Alan Hain did it, and maybe we'll do that down the road. But for now, I've already purchased it. I want to apply it to the lawn. I want to see, while we're in these conditions, and while historically May has been a difficult month for me, and in July, we'll go ahead and apply. And as you guys probably, some of you guys said correctly in Velocity, the dilution rate with this needs to be a lot of water, right? So with the backpack sprayer, I am going to do 2 different mixes and sprays. So I'm going to do 4 gallons, and I'm probably going to, and I did read in other material that I didn't read here, you can go higher than 3 ounces per 1,000 if you want. I may go 4. I may just stick to 3 at first, and then see what happens next month. But at 3 to 4 ounces, I'm going to do a gallon of water per 1,000. So for a full backpack sprayer, I'm going to do I'm going to spray that. I'm going to walk slower, even with my nozzles. I'm going to walk slower and apply that than doing a fast-paced walk at 8,000 square feet with 4 gallons. So I'm going to space it out. The dilution rate will be more water, and we'll do it that way, and do 2 fill-ups and do the entire lawn with 2 fill-ups. So that's my goal there. And then I want to do it, the reason why we're not going to jump into it right now, of course with editing it doesn't matter to you guys, but it's in the morning here on Saturday. The storms are supposed to come this evening. I want to apply it closer to when the storms seem to be on the radar, and it looks like I have a chance of getting rain. I do have for the Allards that came down for the golf tournament, they're watchers of my channel. Thank you so much. Now they'll know what I was doing before we had that delicious lasagna meal that we're gonna enjoy tonight. So shout out to Jason and Melissa and Olivia from Coal City, West Virginia up there. This is what we're gonna try to apply. So I've got a super important lasagna dinner tonight I gotta get to. So I'm gonna try to wait as late as I can to see if the radar is going to indicate any type of storms. And if I wait to before this dinner meeting we got at my parents', then I'm going to go ahead and apply it, cross my fingers and pray, Lord, please send the rain to water this in. We'll come back here in a moment and show you my process of how I'm going to go about doing that. All right, ladies and gents, so we're back, and not exactly sure what time it is. We're back it's still in the afternoon, late afternoon, almost evening. There is a line of storms out to the west of me that is headed this way. So I think we're going to get some rainfall, but then again, we've seen plenty of times where the storms break up and it doesn't happen, but that's the best I can do. I was trying to think of how to test this, and really with the lawn, I'm not able to do that at this time. All of my dry spots, really, if this product is going to work, this Hydrate, it's really going to need it. So I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to apply it completely to the lawn, and we'll go from there. We'll do some individual tests. I think I'll get like 2 flowers from Lowe's or something, and we'll do a flower test. I would like to see that myself. We'll put Hydrate on one of them. We'll just put just water on the other. We'll leave it here in the natural sun, and I'll film or take pictures of day-by-day progression. So I think for the test, we'll do that. So for today, I'm going to do 4 ounces per 1,000 square feet. As I mentioned previously, I'm going to mix this for 4,000 square feet at a time. I'm going to do 4 and 4. So I'm going to go ahead and put 4, 8, 12, 16 ounces in here. And let's break the seal. I'm going to put my gloves on first. And there is a cover on this. If you guys can't see that, there is a cover. And wow, wow, it's totally clear. I don't think the GoPro will be able to show you that, but it is a clear product, a little bit of a smell to it. Not really strong, but you can see it coming out here. It looks like water. It's pretty wild. And a little bit of it leaked out. All right, so we got roughly, it looks just like water. So let's go ahead and pour that in. And it's not a thick solution. It's pretty thin, if you will. Water, it looks like water. It really does. So let's add some of this. It does foam up. So that's why I like adding a lot of my water first. Should have put some more in there, but I'm just gonna fill this up to the 4-gallon mark. A lot of bubble action going on, so I'm gonna have to slow down the water flow. So as I fill this up, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go spray this. I'm not gonna drag the cameras around. You guys know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a trim pass. I'm gonna go back and forth, back and forth. I speed it up, I just don't, you know, I'm just not going to show that, you know. So I'm going to go do that. We'll come back after the 2 backpack sprays. I'm just going to get it done, apply it to the lawn. We'll come back. I'll let you know my thoughts if anything crazy happened about the spray. It is a little bit windy today. It's been windy for the past 2 months, 2.5 or a month and a half at least. And it seems like the winds died down a little bit, but you know, obviously you want to get good contact to the soil, and in a perfect scenario, you can do this in the rain and it would be ideal. You can do this and then water it in. You know, obviously with me, I don't have an irrigation system. If you've got an irrigation system, just turning it on for your entire lawn would be ideal, perfect. For me, even if I drag sprinklers to water it in, it would dry in the back before I got to, you know, while I'm doing the front or whatnot. So we're hoping that in a few hours we do get rain here. The sun is going to dry it, obviously, and it's supposed to be, as the bottle said, meant for the soil. So we want to get it in the soil. You do want to water this in to do it properly. And mine may or may not get watered in, thus affecting our opinion of this. So we got to do it properly and then see, did it do anything? I do, as we, I can't show you right now, but as I look out, I do see a little bit of dryness over here, and I'm seeing a little bit of browning in that hot spot from this morning. I do want to show you that over here. Let me just pick up the whole tripod and hopefully you can see this. If I just move you guys over here, look at that from this morning. Hopefully you can tell that it's just getting a little, you can see the curling of the blades. It's actually even getting a little brown right here compared to behind us. You know, you can see back here, we're looking pretty good, pretty green, no brown. But over here in the hot spot area, as I was telling you before, we've got brown right there. And so that's why I'm not gonna play around and say, well, let's not spray this and see what happens. If it's gonna help, I want it to help. Bringing you back over here for one more time. I'm gonna finish mixing this up. There we go. I'm gonna finish mixing this up. I'm pretty much got it capped off right here. Let me go ahead and take my time, spray this properly all over the lawn, and we'll come back and give you my final thoughts of the spray and what happened with it. So stay tuned. All right, ladies and gents, so that went really well. It was I think it was probably a good idea for this product specifically to break that down, not just do one fast application where it could possibly get spread super thin. I broke it down just as I told you, 16 ounces, 1 tank, spread that. Basically did the front yard, the side strip, and a couple down and backs on the left. Filled it back up, 16 more ounces, did the rest of the side, the back you see behind me, and then the side over here. So don't know if I did it perfectly, but doing it that way, I feel more confident that we got plenty of product down on, you know, 4 ounces. Hopefully at least 4 ounces, if not a little more. I did have some extra at the end of the second one to basically, I went over my dry spots one more time. So they did get hit twice. Got hit twice on the bank, got hit twice over here, went down. Our new grass seed, which I'll show you, got hit, and some of the dry spots over here. So the spray is complete. It's very windy. It feels like the clouds are looking like something's coming because we know in the radar it's all shifting from west to east. So I'm going to clean the rest of this up, but there is our overview of Hydrate. And now our application of Hydr8. So let's see what happens. Do we notice anything? We still need to water, and I forgot to mention this because I say it on all of my wetting agent videos, Hydretain or Hydrate. This does not replace watering. If you buy this product, I will have a link in the description below if you're interested. I'm sure they make a hose-in sprayer for a small area, which would be great to test it in your own lawn. I'll put those links in the description of this video if you would be so kind to buy it from here. It helps me out and I appreciate it, but this does not replace watering your lawn, guys. So don't think because you put this down, well, I ain't got to water for a month. Like, that is totally not true. This is an assistant. This is like an assistant to, you know, this is the guy that alley-oops it for you to dunk it. When you're going out watering, it's helping it. All that water you're putting in, it's not evaporating or being used up so quickly. Again, this is my best terminology. It's helping you to keep your lawn hydrated, your plants, your flowers, your trees hydrated as long as possible in the conditions you're facing. So that's my understanding. Again, like it and come back, like the video, subscribe, comment below your thoughts if you've already tried this, used it. I like doing tests. You guys know I love playing around with tests. I will say that in the front lawn, Miss Ferguson has a big flower pot that we did our fescue in last year. She's got flowers there. I did attempt with my spray nozzle, my trim pass nozzle, to just do half of the flowers, the first half towards my truck, like just did half. Now it's windy, some of that could have blew over to the other half. It's not a very scientific test, but at least we can kind of watch this and see, you know, does one, now Miss Ferguson could come out when I'm not looking and water the plant, so it's not really we're not going to make that our test. I would rather get 2 plants for the purpose of testing this on flowers and see, is it just the same as Hydretain or not? So there we go, application applied. Let's hope, Lord, that you send the rain today for me. I pray in Jesus' name rain will come, because we want this watered in. It's windy, it can dry very quickly and may not get in the soil, and that could affect what we see in our lawn. So hope the rain comes. Again, thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments and we'll see you on the next lawn care video from Central North Carolina. God bless you.